Hey everybody, this is Palm Springs Cindy, and it is so good to be back. I want to thank everybody for stopping by, for taking the time to watch and to listen just to join in this conversation, a conversation among friends, a conversation among women, and a conversation among mature women. I'm gonna kind of piggyback off of Melissa 55's recent video because it had to do with something I was going to talk about anyway. It kind of links into something I wanted to share. Before I begin our conversation, I want to share that I am wearing a wig, a very inexpensive wig I bought probably on Amazon. I think I may have even bought it for Halloween. I'm not sure. It is, I'm wearing it tonight like this because I didn't want to style my own hair. And I did want to make a video and look presentable. So anyway, I'm wearing a wig. Put your mind to rest. I've been watching I'm really into this DIY business. Do things yourself, upcycle things, older things that you may have, turn them into something more modern and more, give them a second life. Organize. I've been into organizing under my sinks in my closet, things like that. So along the way, hi baby. Oh, Poppy's on the chair, just twirling and twirling. So along the way, I've kind of, it's a web. I'll find, I'm clicking, I want to see the end of this. I want to see the next, how they finish that room or whatever. And then I see something else and I'm like, what's that one about? So I'm like, click, click, click. All right. So what I have noticed is, and what I don't want to hear anymore about the trends, things, kitchen trends that are no longer in style 2025, bathroom trends that are outdated. And so of course I have to stop and listen. So at least for part of it. So this is what I've learned. And I kind of already knew this anyway, but I know it deeper now. Number one, like for example, I'm going to say, let's say a Tuscan home. When that was like, I'll use my old big house, for example. My house was it was Spanish Mediterranean, and the whole style of it was Spanishy Mediterranean. And it wasn't like one room was this, one room was that. That was the entire look. It was beautiful. And that today is still one of my very favorite looks. But it was, like my kitchen was tile, but it was beautiful handmade tile, and my cupboards were oak, that kind of orangey yellow oak, and Mexican pavers on the floor. Nothing wrong with, I love my Mexican pavers, but I'm going to say my cabinets were outdated, and there were certain things as a room in my house that I could look at and say, that's outdated. My microwave was out on the counter. That was outdated. So kind of what I learned is, and then there are other looks like the cottage look or the, a very industrial look. So what I've learned is to try to keep things simple. For someone like me, I can't afford to, buy and tear out and remodel my kitchen every few years. So keeping things simple. They talked about, keep it neutral in color. Hide your microwave. Put it in your pantry. Put it someplace where it cannot be seen. And I thought this was interesting. They said instead of having a backsplash, like for me, I have kind of it's basically subway tile, but it's not. It's sort of, the tiles are each different. And there's a little bit of a wave or curve to the tile. Let me see if I can show you. But they were talking about take the counter top and run that up the wall instead of using like a different type of material as your backsplash. I thought that was brilliant. They said it's basically the same amount of money and it's much easier to clean. So, so anyway, I thought that was a great idea. But they did, they talked about, just keeping things simple, keep your surfaces, try to keep your like kitchen cupboards and things like that flat, not fancy. And they talked about the same type of thing in your bathroom. I don't want to hear about trends in the bathroom. And now I feel like I have to redo my bathroom. I've only been here 4 years because that's not going to happen. But they did say things like lighting in bathrooms is so important because we do so many different jobs. Women tweeze our eyebrows, men shave. We do up close in the mirror, we do back, from the mirror, and that their recommendation was if you have 2 mirrors in your bathroom, like 2 sinks and then 2 mirrors, to have light sconces on either side of your mirrors, and that would provide basically all the great light you could ever need or want. So that could kind of be a quick fix. I have 1 giant mirror in my bathroom, but I do have 2 sinks, and I was thinking about getting 2 different mirrors. That's a long way off. I'm not concerned about that right now. There are other things I kind of wanted to do to upgrade to get my house the way I really want it. And just in parentheses, when I bought my home 4 years ago, and all these homes in here, they're all new and they have modern floor plans with this indoor, outdoor, open space business. But they are very much a blank slate. They are very, my walls are, the color of my walls are grayish. My cabinets are grayish. My floor is a tile, but it's made to look like wood. And the color of my wood is basically grayish. So, which is kind of fine with me because I love that monotone look, but it still means, I still want to add things, my lighting fixtures. I added some built-ins and rugs and, of course, furniture and stuff, and paintings, artwork, whatever. But I think the idea is, what I've learned is to keep it simple. And even another thing that was on my mind that I kind of wanted to bring up when I started watching these videos about what's outdated, what's new, what are the trends. My brother and sister have just redone their beach house. They've lived there for many, many years. They bought it a long time ago. It's over 100 years old. And it had been redone when they bought it, but they've been there quite a while. And there were things that they wanted to do to update it. And we're just waiting for the right time. So the right time is now. And they've taken almost about 9 months to completely gut it, remodel it, and everything. So they have like a very updated beach house. And with that came new furniture, just all new, they had to make decisions on different tile, on hardware, on not just where to put the walls kind of a thing. But she is working with the decorator. But she said, my sister-in-law said to me, and I totally agree, and I think, many of you guys will as well, that when it comes to decorating your home, especially when you're in a new, you recently moved or whatever, and you're getting your nest back together, like there were some items where the decorator kind of frowned on, like, can't you, go put that in the garage, get rid of that or whatever. And she was like, I don't want to. This is meaningful to me. This was my mother's, or this was whoever's, this has a memory attached to it. And I want it in my home. I don't care if it doesn't go. I don't care if it doesn't fit in or it doesn't meet the style criteria. It's something, I know what it was. It was a painting that they got, I think it was either from my mother or from her mother. And they had it in this perfect spot. It fit perfectly, and they had a light flashing on it. Well, anyway, and she said, the decorator said to get rid of this. And Mary said, I don't want to. I love this, and it reminds me, and it has meaning. And I was like, then you can't get rid of it. And I really believe that's what makes our homes a home to us. Are those little odds and ends, maybe a special blanket or pillows or a vase or a painting or a picture, whatever kind of decor or accessory or a special piece of furniture that has meaning to us. And maybe it doesn't go with the decor, but it goes with the heart of our home. So I liked it that my sister-in-law spoke up, and I feel the same way. There are certain things that, and I think, I'm just not getting rid of that because I love it, and it makes me smile. You can't make me. So, so anyway, I was on the topic of trends, what's trendy, what's out kind of a thing. And I've got some little notes down here. One thing that they mentioned that I'm going to do regarding bathrooms, and I've been wanting to do it. They said, get those little stick-em undermount lights to put under your bathroom cabinets. And I think they're on a sensor so that when you walk in, the soft underlight comes on in your bathroom. So if you have to use the restroom in the middle of the night, you don't have to turn the bathroom light on and like bright light hitting your eyes. And it not only looks soft and lovely, that's a good reason to get it, to get those soft lights. And I think you can get them on Amazon. Well, I'm sure you can. So I'm going to get some of those for my under mount in my bathroom. And I was going to say I'm going to do it in my kitchen too, but I'm not. I've got plenty of light. I've got plenty of lights out here. Then another thing that and this is kind of what Melissa was talking about, and as I was watching her video, I was like agreeing and thinking that's so true, is when we see titles on videos, like don't wear this after 60, or don't, if you're over 70, these are, don't do this, and how that is, I'm fumbling for words because I think that's very negative, and I know that it's well-meaning, stylists and people in the know, fashionista people type people, can say if you're over 60, don't do this, don't do that, over 50, over whatever. But I think if you are 60 and over, you pretty much have a handle on what is looks good on you, what you like to wear, what you're going to wear, and yes, it's fine maybe to get some basic hints, or maybe stripes are in or plaids are out or whatever, but I think it can take away a woman's self-confidence. It can take away a woman's feeling of freedom to buy and wear what she wants. And it doesn't just go with fashion. It goes with hairstyles. It goes with makeup, and accessories in general. I think women have been judged for so many years on our appearance. Our appearance was basically all we had. We couldn't vote. We were considered property of the men for so many years. And, it was our fashion choices, our hairstyle choices, our makeup was the power that we had, was what were the decisions we could make about our bodies. And it was sort of like the more dolled up we got, the better we looked, kind of a thing, the more people noticed us, I'll say. So I think when it comes to like talking about a woman's what to wear, what not to wear, trends, what's out, what's in, it can be basic information, of course, but also I don't like the idea of any type of shaming. It can get, like if I watch one of those and I think, I'm still wearing leggings because I'm too overweight to wear something that has a tight waistband and the zipper and the, the two buttons and I can never sit down the whole day long. So I'm still wearing leggings and a tunic. And if I see styles like that, how to do that well, wear a blazer, a jacket, or whatever, then of course I love watching that. You guys, I'm totally hooked on this. I'm looking at it right now. The brand is Spindrift, and this is sparkling water with, it says one whole grapefruit fruit squeezed into each can. So it's very thirst quenching and I'm loving it. So I guess my commentary my commentary tonight on trends is watch out, because I don't think we can take trends with a grain of salt. Melissa did go a little bit deeper. She really talked about living sort of a fear-based life, but she really put it in the context of it's sort of how we're wired as at birth. And I totally agree with that. And I know my mother and I used to laugh, and our whole family, because my mother she would always say, now girls, I have a worry list. And so I'm working on, I need prayer for my worry list. And I'm working on trying to check things off my worry list. And so we would go, okay, Mom, what's on your worry list that we can help you with? And then sometimes if something would happen, I would call my mom and say, well, I have something for you to put on your worry list. And she would say, oh, thank goodness, because I was almost out of things to put on my list. So, it became a joke. But she was a worrier. And if it was something good happened in her life, she'd always spin it to, well, you never know, it could happen, and you could lose that, or this, get sick, or, And so, she would always spin it and see the dark side of it. And I'm totally the opposite. I'm a Pollyanna, and it's just how I'm wired. And I've had, not that I haven't had bad things happen in my life. Of course I have. But even with the bad things, what I learned, what I did, I would say to myself, okay, Cindy, let's look at this situation. What is the worst thing that could happen? Look it in the eye. Don't skirt around the issue. So, let's say for, I had some friends whose son got sick, and it was serious, and it was sad. And so it was heavy duty. And so it would be like, okay, now what's the worst that can happen? Well, the child could die. Okay, then what? Well, then, you grieve, and then what? And then, you stick together and you pray, and you're sad, and then what? Until finally I would talk myself through the whole, well, and then time goes by, and then people heal, but we still stand together, and we still have faith in God, and we still continue to, cherish the memories. So I think, even when my mother was sick and I knew she was dying, and I didn't, I remember saying to her, I'm not ready for you to go. And she would say, I'm not there yet. She knew she still had some, couple months, I guess. And she did. But then as the time drew closer and closer, I would say, okay, look at it, stare it in the face. Your mother is going to be dying soon. She's not suffering. She's got her family in attendance. And then what's going to happen? And then, okay, well, I'm worried. I don't know when. I'm worried that she's going to fall and lay on the ground for 2 days and no one's going to see her. Well, that's not going to happen because you check on her. You're there. Someone's there with her all the time. Yeah, you're right. Okay, well, I'm worried that, what if it's long term? We have to find a nursing home and she hates it and they're mean to her. Okay, well, what are the chances that that's going to happen if you're there checking on her and if you find a good one? And so each step of the way, I would examine it, and I would think about, okay, this is what will happen. And when you get to the part where it hurts, well, what if she falls and she's on the floor? And it's like, okay, yes, that's going to be horrible. But eventually, hopefully within a few hours, someone will be there to find her because you're all checking on her, if not being there. And another thing that Melissa brought up, which I agree with, was just because if we are fearful about something, it's the next door neighbor who came in and went. She heard the door open and close. Poppy, it's okay. Oh my God, Poppy, thank you for protecting me. Thank you for protecting me. You can sit down. Now she has to go outside and bark for a while. You please come back inside. Oh, forget it. it does not mean that we don't have faith in God. We still can have a bit of fear and give it to God and know that God is our advocate, know that God is in charge. When she barks real loud like that, then she turns and looks at me real quick. Oh my word. So anyway, yes, Poppy, stop it. I'm videoing. So I think that yes, the next door neighbors are saying goodbye or something, so she can hear the voices. And so she's being noisy about that. On another topic, I have ordered a new couch because the one I have now is so uncomfortable. It gets filthy dirty, Poppy's all over it. Here's my dilemma. When my sofa comes, one of my lady friends has on her couch they're like plastic panels, and they send off like an electric vibration or a sound or something like that. And that is how she has trained her dog not to get on the couch. I don't want Poppy on my couch unless I train her to be, I have bought her several dog beds. She does not use them and she ends up tearing them up. But I want to figure out some type of a dog bed that she knows that's her place. And she can and if I put that on the couch or that on the chair or whatever, then she knows she is safe and she can do that. She's allowed to be there. And then there's another gal that lives near, and she was over here the other day, and she's been taking some dogs to her house on Thursday afternoons. And she's doing a little training session. So she was here, she got to know Poppy, and she said yes for me to bring Poppy over and she'd help work with Poppy. So I'm definitely gonna do that. Okay, I got a box today from Amazon, and I ordered this bracelet. I am a bracelet fanatic. And I have had several of these bracelets. They're just, a rubber band type thing. But I love them. I think I like statement jewelry. And I really love my bracelets. This good gold bracelet was my mother's that she gave to me. And this diamond bangle is one that I bought myself many, many years ago, when I took on an extra job and I saved my money and I went to the jewelry mart and bought a couple nice pieces of jewelry. Alrighty, so I bought this. This arrived from Amazon today. Then this was something I wanted to talk to you guys about. I ordered one and I'm gonna open it. It's an iPhone, what it is, you put this in your bathroom. It's like a little shelf in your bathroom for your iPhone, because I end up laying my iPhone, on my countertop, and I'm worried it's going to get wet. And so this is like an iPhone shelf. So let's see, I guess it goes, I don't have the directions, must be in here somewhere. Or maybe they're, I don't know. I don't know. But okay, like look here. And then I'm sure you put your iPhone somewhere here, maybe. Oh, and then maybe you put this. I'm gonna have to figure this out. But when I do, I'll take a picture of it. And then that way I can watch while I'm getting ready, or I like to listen to my music or keep track of time. And so this will be my little iPhone shelf. I can't believe it didn't come with any instructions. But it did not. Maybe, I don't know. It's in Japanese, I do know that. So whatever. I ordered some other things from Amazon, but one was a little too tight, a blouse. I need one size up. One was, that had side slits, and the side slits were way too high. And another one it was kind of a little V-neck sweater, and it was just a little too flimsy, so I'm going to send them all back. I am trying to get a full length of my outfit of the day. It's not easy. So it's, just really cozy, comfortable. Hey, thanks for chatting with me tonight. kind of a lengthy conversation, but I love our conversations. So P.S. I love you guys, and until our next conversation, bye-bye.